sometimes getting excited about new parts doesn't mean that they got to be expensive or big parts. So check out what we've got here. We've got two new low dollar sensors. One's going to be for fuel and one's going to be for oil. Over here we've got a dual CAN bus connector. Now this is for the Terminator X, so that you can hook up your computer and also your little screen that comes with the Terminator X. That's what's going to be going on the car today. Stuff like this gets me giddy because, I don't know, these are like the final touches of the car, you know, to make sure everything's kind of working right. But today, we're just going to chill out, throw a couple of these sensors on the car, see how it goes. There it is, 7 PSI. Awesome and dead on. That's what I'm talking about. Sure we don't have any leaks. Everything looks good. Typically, how do you check your fuel pressure? You go out while the car's running and you check it. You're like, oh, yep, everything's good. And you jump in the car and then you haul ass. You're in this thing, wide open throttle, and all of a sudden your AFR, you know, starts to get really high. In other words, the car's going lean or something, and you're thinking, I don't know what's wrong with it. So you get home, you start changing jets, you start working on stuff, you're doing this, you're doing that, and all along, it could have been the fact that the car may have a fuel delivery problem, okay? It could be many different things, but it's always good if you have the ability, like with a Terminator X or something like that, go ahead and put all your sensors in. Spend the money to do it. They're about $50 a piece. So only need 2 of them, and it's $100. To me, it's absolutely worth it to keep check on your oil pressure and on your fuel pressure, because you kind of got to know that stuff. I did start the car up earlier with the fuel pressure sensor in, and I'm noticing a spike in fuel pressure. So I don't know where that's coming from. So let's go ahead before it gets too late, start this car up and check everything. I do want to show you guys what I'm talking about on the fuel side. Our fuel pressure right there. So you can see it's at 6, 7. Watch what happens as soon as we touch the throttle. So you can see it bounce between 8 and 10. So I'm not sure there again if that's like an anomaly or what the deal is with it. It's a little late tonight, or not really, but we don't want to drive the car tonight. What we're going to do is take the car out tomorrow and data log it. That's it. We got our sensors on the car, and I'll pick back up with you guys tomorrow. We'll go drive it and see if that actually holds true once we drive the car, or if that's just something that it's doing with it sitting here idling. See you guys tomorrow. We're at 5, 6. Understand that. How in the hell is that happening? How does the fuel pressure go up? And the voltage, we checked the voltage earlier, the voltage isn't going up. So how does that happen? The issue is, why is the pressure even increasing? It should never increase. My oil pressure sensor isn't working. Nope. Yeah. So now my damn brand new oil pressure sensor isn't working either. Great. pressure because it's not tapping. I don't know, man. It shouldn't be the sensor. There's no way the sensor should know that I'm increasing RPM. Like, what does that matter? You know what I mean? See how it pulls through the gears.
I saw a split second 14. You want me to look at the AFR and you do it again? You watch oil pressure?
I just hit it from second.
Hit 15 for a split second.
Huh. Well, overall the car runs pretty good. It's got one little spot that it tries to kind of have a hiccup.
Yeah, it's running good.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll get home and talk about it. So I ended up lowering the fuel pressure down to about, I think 4 or 5 PSI at idle. And then as soon as I get on it, it jumps up to 6 to 8, somewhere in there. So I'm not sure what that is. That's something I'm gonna have to look into. I'm just, you know, I don't know. Unless it's a voltage spike, I don't see anything else that could be causing that. I don't even know that it's an issue because once I lowered the fuel pressure on it, it actually done really good. Car cleared right up and seemed to do great. So I'm not sure on that. Anyway, with that being said, the Grey Ghost is running fine. No issues there. So I think we're about ready to kind of chill with this car, if you will. It's been a long time. We've been working on this thing and I've enjoyed it, but it's also kind of time to move on to something else and just kind of enjoy this car. There's a few things left to do. Of course, you want to tint the windows on the car. There's a few things under the dash that I need to fix. I need a new windshield wiper motor for the car. I need to put my fresh air vent that goes down there. I need to put that back in, and the heater hoses. We are going to be bringing the Carbon Fox to Texas for the LMR cruise in. So this will be the one that shows up. We took the Poop Coupe last year, and then the year before we did take this car, but I want to take it again with the gold wheels and the Motorsport. Like it's a little different, you know. It don't look exactly the same as it did before. The Retro Fox is perfectly fine to go, but I still need to do some paint work up here on the front of the car where Papa T scratched it with his belt buckle, and I threw like a quick get-by job on it. And I need to go in and really finish this thing up, put my emblem and all that back on it. And then at that point, she should be ready to go. But all the cars are freaking filthy at the moment. So we're gonna jump on these things, get them all washed up, cleaned up, stored away. So I've had a lot of people ask me, hey man, what's the deal with the Calypso? Where's this car at? What are you gonna be doing with it? It's up front in the garage, and it's really just sitting, waiting on this engine right here. So this is the 393 behind me. Came out of a friend of mine's race car. Solid roller cam, like big heads, all that stuff. The little engine ran 560 in his car. I think a best of 560. It's not going to do that in the Calypso. That's not what we're aiming for. It had a lot of nitrous on it. So at some point, guys, I don't know when we'll get started on that car. It's just a matter of rolling it down here, throwing this engine and transmission in over here that we've got for it. The issue that I've got right now is I've got a few irons still in the fire. I cannot let this 65 not be fixed correctly and not be gone through so that it's dependable, so that when I want to get in it, I can just jump in this thing. So that means I got to stay on it. It's almost done. I mean, it's basically probably to the point to where I can now just stop working on it and go enjoy it. But there are a few things left that I really want to kind of get right. I want to make sure that the fueling is good, because this car, if it doesn't like the fueling, it shows its ass. So I just need to make sure it's good. And but I think it is. Also, an update on my granddad's truck. We call it Pop's truck. So on Pop's truck, the green 73 dent side, on that truck, we're just honestly kind of waiting on money. It's going to cost probably $3,500 to get this truck where I want it, which is basically no paint, no nothing. I mean, this is literally just suspension and wheels, and get it where I feel like, you know, it's reliable. So some brake work and things like that. So it's going to cost a decent amount of money just to have the truck up and running, and it's probably not going to run the best. It's probably not going to be the most reliable thing. So I just want to sit down for a minute and explain to you guys this whole YouTube thing, like why sometimes things get done and sometimes they don't. Obviously, I'm not a big channel. This isn't Cletus or Vice Grip or Whistling Diesel or anybody like that. You know, we're small. All the money that we make on this channel goes right back into the channel 100%, whether it be with car parts or cameras or gear or tools, shop equipment. All of it goes back into this channel. None of it goes towards the household. I do want to do the truck, but I'm also kind of out of room over here. So we'll see. And there's no plans to expand, maybe build onto the shop or something like that, but we're not going to be buying a bigger place or moving and stepping it up. Like this is my home here. This is where my kids have grown up, and I want to stay here. I just wanted to clarify on that. I know a lot of you guys think that money grows on trees probably around here. We can just do whatever we want to do, and I don't understand why you don't do this and do that. That's why. If you'd like for me to go more in depth on a video, kind of how YouTube works for me, what it looks like, kind of where the money goes and things along those lines, I'd love to do it. It doesn't bother me a bit. I have nothing to hide and nothing to brag about or nothing to be ashamed about. You know, it just all is what it is. But I think it would probably surprise a lot of you just how all this works and what it looks like. So I've been doing it now for, I think, going on 7 years. And I know a little bit about YouTube and how it works. And it's not the same. And it's not the same for everybody. So everybody's got different results. Results may vary. Let's just say that when it comes to channels. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. And as always, thanks for watching. Oh yeah.